Let's talk about economics and let's see how that affects the business world. Today, we're going to be talking about the velocity of money. Now, what is actually the velocity of money? Let's keep it simple. Velocity of money is basically how much money, capital, changes hands in a specific period of time. So if we have a high velocity of money, that means there's a lot of economic activity going on. That means there's a lot of buying, a lot of selling, a lot of people out there making it happen. And on the other hand, when the velocity of money is low, that means there's not a lot of economic activity. People are at home, not spending money, not going out, not traveling, what have you. Right now, due to the pandemic, we have a forced slowdown of the velocity of money. People are at home, they're locked down, businesses are closed, and this velocity of money is slowing down for the entire economy. Now, how does that actually affect us and how does it affect the economy? Let me give you an example right now what's happening with New York and New Jersey. The report out that I just read shows that there's 1/3 of restaurants in the New Jersey, New York area are closed, that remain closed, and they may permanently be shut down forever. This is an absolutely crazy high number. 1/3 of that huge area is just mind-boggling. Now let's break it down to a little more detail. Say you have a couple that goes to a restaurant in New York and they spend $1,000. Is that it? Does that stop? Does all the economic activity stop with that $100? No. That $100 that goes to the owner, he pays his employees, he pays the suppliers, he pays the people who clean the linen, he pays the cleaners, all that stuff. And that money that goes to them, guess what? They go out and they spend their money. They use some of that portion of that money to pay their suppliers. They spend the other portion of that money to pay for their rent, to buy clothes, to buy a house, and so on and so forth. So that $100 that enters the economy at that restaurant actually becomes $1,000 or more of economic activity. The crazy thing is it could go the opposite way. If restaurants are closed, if they're slowed down, or that customer is afraid to go out, they don't spend that $100. That means they not only take away the $100 from the instance when they decide not to spend, but they actually take out 10 times or more. So they don't spend the $100. They're actually withdrawing $1,000 of economic activity. Now take a step back and multiply this for hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of restaurants in New York and New Jersey. What the heck is going to happen when all those businesses close for a long period of time or just never open again? That means all the economic activity that those restaurants and those food businesses created throughout New York and New Jersey now cease to exist. All that upstream activity will affect all the downstream businesses, small businesses, and all the employees and everyone associated with those businesses. And it goes beyond New York and New Jersey because it's all connected. All those people, those hundreds of thousands of people who now do no longer have a job or who now must take on much fewer hours than they really need, will not only be pulling money out of the New Jersey and New York area, but there's national brands, national companies that are affected by this devastating crisis that's happening in New York and New Jersey. And the sad thing is, it's just not only New Jersey and New York. It's happening on the East Coast, on the West Coast. So we could dive deeper into this, but now that you guys know, when you spend that money, when you spend that $10, know that that $10 is going to turn into $100 of economic activity. So these are some of the economic lessons I want to share with you. I want to make sure that you guys understand what you do affects not only you and your local area, but the overall economy. Please, guys, like, subscribe, comment, help support this channel, and let's grow this thing.